Hey everybody, this is Shanita. I appreciate you coming on and watching another video. I decided that I was going to come on, and actually Julie asked, and I thought what a brilliant idea to come on and talk about as it approaches the fall weather and getting cooler, how to take care of your hair. So I'm going to separate this up into several videos. So today I'm going to talk to you about deep conditioning. So with the virus going on, with it being cooler and your hair just naturally drying out more in the winter time, let's talk about why it's important to do deep conditioners and things you can do in the meanwhile that will make the deep conditioning process faster and better, okay? Okay, so since we're gonna be locked in the inside, the humidity drops and we naturally get drier weather, which is naturally going to dry out your skin and your hair. So some of the things that I'm going to tell you are just things you can do while you're deep conditioning. If you think of this like something you want to get in the habit of doing and something good that you're doing for yourself, and just think about accomplishing another goal while you're deep conditioning. A lot of people literally say it's a waste of time. I don't have the extra time. There are people who say, well, I don't do it often because I just don't see the point. Deep conditioning is vital for your hair all year long, especially in the winter time. Deep conditioning is what opens the cuticles on your hair. You have these layers on top of your hair strands. When you deep condition your hair with heat, those layers open up and it allows moisturizers and ingredients that repair your hair to get down into your hair strands and traps it in there. So that's what you want to do during deep conditioning. It just allows your hair to stay soft and moisturized. It keeps it supple and manageable. It keeps it from breaking, because if it gets dry, the ends are going to snap off. It's going to be broken. You're going to have a bunch of split ends and broken ends. It's just not worth the hassle. It's not worth the hassle. So I figure if we can combine it with something else, then it won't seem like it's so bad, at least until you get into the routine of doing it just because it's something that important that needs to be done. So here are some things that you can do while you're deep conditioning, even if you only do them while you're deep conditioning. And that way you go, okay, that's the time I can catch up with whatever. So here's some things you can do, not in any order. You can read a book. How many books or magazines do you have that have come in the mail, or that you've bought, or that you said you wanted to read and you just haven't gotten around to it? If you commit your time to reading those books or magazines or catching up on your reading while you are sitting with a heated cap or under your hooded dryer while you're deep conditioning, not only will it make the time go by faster, you get soaked so much, at least I do, so much into what you're reading that like the heat doesn't bother you. The things that people say irritate them by it. I just can't do heat. I don't like it on my ear. I don't like the way it feels. You can get so caught up into your reading, you can forget that the heat is there. It makes the time goes by faster and good for your hair. Knock out some reading. My absolute favorite thing to do is to exercise when I have deep conditioner in my hair. It's a win-win. You want your hair to get heated, and so as I'm exercising, the heat from the inside of my body is traveling to my head. Once my head gets heated, automatically moisturize hair. So put that deep conditioner on while you're exercising and work up a good sweat, which is also just something we need to do better, more of. And definitely in the winter time, as we're tending to sit around the house and snack all the time, it's a perfect time to exercise. So again, just say you don't exercise any other time of the week, month, whatever. You know, when you put on your deep conditioner, this is your exercise time. I don't care if you don't get it in, but just that once a week. That's better than nothing, okay? Get it in where you can. The third thing you can do is sleep. You can take a nap. I'm not a huge proponent of wearing deep conditioner all night. I've been known to do it. It depends on the deep conditioner. There are some that are way too strengthening to keep on that long. There are some that are way too moisturizing to keep on that long. So I'm very, very, very particular about if I sleep in one. I really don't suggest it. It's okay if you want to take a nap, but 8-9 hours is just too long to have your hair marinating in deep conditioner. But if you're a person who does that and you don't have any problems with it and you've not had any ill effects on your hair, go for it. So you can take a nap. That's another tip you can do. Another thing you can do is take that time to spend some quality time with your kids. If you have kids and you, like most of us moms, feel guilty because you feel like you're not spending enough time with them. I think we all feel that way at some point. We're just not spending enough time with them, not quality time. We end up, taking care of them and buying them stuff and cooking and doing laundry and cleaning up. But quality time with your kid. They need to see you playing with them, reading to them, sitting down watching some show with them, some quality time where you are face to face, right next to each other, spending time together. That is time those kids will never, ever forget. They will bring it up years from now. Trust me, I know. And you will think, oh my gosh, I didn't even think that they realized that. So if you only have just time to spend with your kids, just a few minutes, and if you don't deep conditioner, do them both together. Deep condition while you're spending time with your kid. Then that'll be your special time to be together. And then you don't have to feel guilty. You're going to feel so good when you have walked away from that, having known that you've spent that time with them and you got bomb hair, girl. Like, this is a win-win. It's perfect. So definitely try that. If you don't have kids, this is the time when you can just talk to a friend. How many of us have friends from high school or college or people we've passed and seen and said, we're going to catch up with them, or somebody we've thought about from our past? I wonder how they're doing, or they've been on my mind. This is a good time to commit to that. And that way you get a narrow focus in on, I'm just not going to put the deep conditioner on. You tell yourself, this is my catch-up time. This is the time I dedicate to just building relationships and catching up with people and let them know that I'm thinking about them. That could be any relative whatsoever. That can be your significant other. That can be your husband. Maybe you're on different work schedules, or everything is so busy with the kids all the time, or you've just got so much going on you don't spend any quality time together. That is a perfect time, if you don't do that, just that once a week, to commit to deep conditioner. This is me and you time, okay? You forget what my hair looks like and that it looks a mess in this bonnet or plastic cap or whatever, but this is time where we dedicate to just check in with each other, check out how you're feeling, talk about the relationship, just settle some issues, have some open communication. Perfect time to do that as well. Another thing you can do is, for those of you who have Instagram and those of you who do not, this is a good time to go and play with Instagram. There are not a whole lot of platforms, social media platforms, that I endorse or spend a lot of time on, but Instagram really has become my new love. So this is a good time for you to go on Instagram. And when you hear me talking about it all the time, if you don't do Instagram, just pull up the website, download it to your phone, and just scroll through. Just kind of see what things are on there. You can type in, just like Google, anything that you want to see or know about in the world, and it will give you tons and tons of options. And so just take that time to scroll through your own feed to see what's been posted there from the people that you follow, or to just look on and see any random thing. You know, when you first open it up, you get those reels and videos and stuff. It's just a fun time to catch up on that. So that is an option. The other thing you can use this time for is cooking or baking. If you like to cook or bake, or say it's Saturday and Sunday's coming up, and it's a good time to prep and cook your meals for the day or your meals for the week, to prep your food. Let that be that time. So many of us say we're going to prep our food, we're going to get it ready so that during the week we already got it sectioned off, we've already got it all neatly prepared, we know what we're going to eat, and it's just in the refrigerator. And a lot of people say, I want to do it, but I don't have time. Tell yourself, this is that time to do that. I'm deep conditioning my hair and I'm prepping my meals for the week. And you get it all prepped up and portioned off and put together in a whatever that you use it in. And then that way it is all ready for however many days you get a chance to prep it for. Saves you so much time during the week. And that time you say you don't have, you've used it to accomplish two things. Great for that. This is a good time when you can pay bills. I mean, it's got to be done. Just take the time to catch up on bills, or balancing your checking account, or checking on some financial stuff. You know, just some personal financial bills, or setting goals, or updating your budget. You can dedicate that time to do something like that. And Instead of putting it off, not having time, not seeing where you are financially, dedicate that time to that. And don't see it as a deep conditioning session. See it as my financial checkup. This is the time that I sit down and just kind of see where my finances are and what I'm doing. Another thing you can do is use that time to treat yourself. This is another one that I love to do. Treat yourself like a queen. Have this be your spa time. Your hair is already deep conditioning. How about give yourself a facial? During the same time, put your face mask on while you're deep conditioning your hair with a hair mask. Take the time to pluck your eyebrows, or use that time to get off the peach fuzz that grows on your face, or what else you can do? Exfoliate your skin. Use a mask, use some special treatment, whatever it is that you do to make yourself feel good. Take a bath, girl, take a nice warm bubble bath when you are deep conditioning. That steam, and if you don't like it hot, which I don't advise you do it hot, that nice warm water from that bath just continues to open up your pores. It's another avenue for you to get some more moisture into your skin and hair. That's a great thing you can do. Just your own spa time, whatever that means for you, whatever you do, use this time for that. If you don't have time for it and you don't do it often, dedicate it to that time. Here's another idea. How about if you like TV? I'm not a big TV watcher, but if you like TV shows and you record them and you just kind of watch them whenever, dedicate that time while you're deep conditioning to catch up on your show. Nobody bothers you, because this is your time to catch up on your show, or maybe some movie that you have been attempting to watch and wanted to find time for. This is the time you're going to knock it out. And the last thing that I have that you could do, and there are a gazillion more, is to play in makeup. You guys, this is the thing I need to do more of. I got makeup. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So it is a perfect time to just take out some of that stuff and play with it. Get your brushes and your makeups and maybe watch your tutorial, or just kind of play in it and come up with your own way that you want your makeup to look. Or if you want to try a different color or do something sexy with your eyes, whatever it is that you've been trying to find time to do, perfect time to do it. That way when you go to rinse out your deep conditioner, you can wash all that off at one time, right? You can do all of that in once, but it's a good time to do that kind of stuff. So you can always do laundry or clean up. You notice those are like my least favorite things, so I just throw them in at the end. You can do some cleaning, some dusting, fold some laundry, mop the floors, whatever chores you need to do. Dedicate that time. Once a week, I'm going to do all of my cleaning while I'm deep conditioning. That way, this is happening while I'm accomplishing something else. And I hate cleaning up, or I love cleaning up. This gives me an opportunity to knock it out at this particular time. Then I don't have to worry about the week going on and me having not done it, because I knew that during my deep conditioning time was when I was supposed to do that. So, good way to knock it out. Things you like to do and things you don't like to do. Okay, you guys, that is it. Those are some ideas for things you can do while you're deep conditioning that are good for you, things you need to accomplish, their goals, their chores, their things you need to do in your life anyway. Do them while you're deep conditioning and set aside that time to do that thing. Even if you have to put it on your calendar, make it your special time to do that thing, and just throw on your hair mask while you do it. Of course, you got to plan to wash your hair and do all that beforehand. But if you think about doing it at the same time, then that time you say you don't have, you get back, because you could do both at one time. It's just very important, especially as it get cooler, for you to find ways to get that in. You've got to get that in. Non-negotiable. You've got to get it in. So I want you to drop down below and tell me what's your favorite thing to do while you're deep conditioning. I want to see tons of comments. I want to see everybody to participate, and let me know, what do you do when you are deep conditioning your hair? Now, if you are a person who sits under a hood dryer, that's going to limit your options, and that's fine. But maybe while that time you're under the dryer, you're still doing one of those other things you can still accomplish. So let me know what you prefer to do during your deep conditioning time, or even if you don't have any special activities, you just deep condition when you deep condition. Drop that down below. I would love to hear what you have come up with, because I guarantee there's going to be some things down there that I will be like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that next time. We all want to hear from you. Drop down and let us know. You guys, I will see you in the next video. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.